I got a lot of debt to collect on.
There we go. We're live. Everyone, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. Everyone, with the exception of Wilhelm, who we shall chastise and make fun of for not showing tonight, because he's our friend and that's allowed. So, let's dive right in. When we last left off, you guys were more or less trapped in this very large ancient tomb, or reliquary, depending. I know you guys had dug through all of the existing martyrs' tombs, finding various relics associated with each of the old, long dead, or damaged, or disappeared deities.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe a listener was exploring and had just discovered something in the bag. If I remember
Yes.
Yeah.
A swarm of spiders came rushing at me the moment I approached with a light source.
Yes. Yes, they did. And I believe that's where we left off.
That is indeed where we left off.
Oh boy, swarm of spiders.
Son of a bitch.
I'm over here getting healed, so you guys do that.
Yeah. So yeah, this swarm of spiders is happening here. Do they recognize me as something to attack? Am I attacking?
They're crawling all over you, but you're not being bitten.
As a plant, having spiders on me is anywhere from a non-issue to beneficial.
To a point. There's a little apprehension from the mind, the hive mind, but only in regards to the fact that this is Cairne and most of the life has been changed to some degree or another. So you never know. These have been down here a long time.
Are they swarming the light that I'm holding? Or are they just moving now?
I forget, was it the phosphor stone that you were holding, or?
It is the phosphor stone.
Yeah, they climb right over it like it's nothing.
So I don't have that?
The phosphor
No,
stone?
you
I thought you gave it to him.
Yeah.
I gave it to him, and I thought he gave it back to me, and I was holding it being the lampshade earlier.
Yes, much earlier when we were examining the tombs, but then I took it back to go walk off down here in the south end of the room.
Yeah.
Alright. Not like I needed it anyway.
He'll give it back, don't worry.
But,
Given the natures of spiders' attraction to light sources, I'm pretty happy you have it. I don't know.
yeah,
Actually,
so
a
I
great
guess,
educational thing. So.
are they moving onwards or are they moving off of me is, I guess, what I'm asking.
They're crawling all over everything you have and you and in and out of all your belongings.
Of course. Can I smother the light source?
You can cup it.
Yeah. And then try and walk my gentle way out of the swarm of spiders.
Yes. However, as you cup it, you realize that your translucent nature doesn't do much to hide the light.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yikes! Womp womp.
So close. Wait a second. I have in a bag the scholars library.
Okay.
I guess that makes me slightly less invisible carrying around a bag.
Yeah, I mean your items would
But-
stand out, definitely. Anything you
But
carry.
the bag is opaque, so I will attempt to place it in the bag.
Okay. That will douse it much more effectively.
Okay.
They are still in an agitated state. It doesn't
Mhm.
appear that the remaining light of the room is enough to disturb them, so they're not swarming that direction. Is anyone else doing anything in the meantime? None of you are really aware of what's going on at this end of the room. Unless you have vision that can pierce that far.
I do have
Yep.
vision. I can wait. Where?
You would probably struggle to see me. I think you're
But yeah,
diametrically opposite the big statue.
yeah, the big
Yes,
statue is
I
in the
cannot
way.
see past the big statue. I am too busy being
You're
salved
wounded.
up.
You're wounded.
Yeah. Patience is my middle name. I will wait for the spiders to be calm.
Okay. If you do actually give it a moment, the spiders will calm, especially if you're not moving, and they'll go back to their holes, prospective holes in the alcoves.
How long does that take, by the way? Curious.
It's relatively quick, honestly. It's relatively quick, maybe a minute or two.
And then I start moving this way again with the light still doused, just kind of gradually walking and touching things to figure out where I am.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Once I feel the back in range of the brazier here, I'll undouse the phosphor stone.
Okay. No problem.
Where's Genesis at?
She's standing in front of the statue.
Hey.
Ah, this one.
Nope, that's Sorsha.
Oh, that's Sorsha. Where's Genesis? I have to zoom before I can actually tell
Right here.
anybody. Aha.
Wave.
I come back and I hold out the rock for you, the phosphorus stone.
Saoirse's always by her emotional support ventrite.
That's awesome. We're gonna have to make that official. Emotional support ventrites.
When I give back the stone, I speak to your mind. Do not take it to the south side. The spiders do not like it.
That's cryptic and dark.
And then I just kind
Yeah.
of
Oh, as long
head
as there's
off this way
spiders in
again.
that statement, yeah, thanks. Well, I guess where we're not going. All right. Well, I think I'm gonna look around to see where everyone is. I think we have the what documents we can pack up, but
Yeah, you've
not
rifled.
really sure.
You've rifled through pretty much all the tombs at the north
Yeah, I
end
have
of the room.
I know you said there were like tomes, like books that were in there too. I have this like the loose paper.
Yeah, in the one tomb there were.
Yeah, I had the loose paper from that, and I was gonna see if Wilhelm wanted to get the books, the heavy stuff, just because I don't.
We had already split it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I guess we're ready to go. Or are we gonna look at the pots at the base of the statue now, or?
Sure. Well, quick question. Where are you gonna go?
Well, listener seems to be headed for the door. That's why I was asking.
Okay.
He's the one who figured out the puzzle, so I thought maybe with his.
Oh, you were asking listener. I thought you were thinking aloud.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing because you seem to be ready to get out of here. Should we get out of here? Do we need to pack anything else up? Do we need to check anything else? You know.
So just in case since I know it's not fresh on anyone's mind, there was an enormous stone deadfall that sealed off the passage.
Yes. That is a concern.
Yep.
And when you ask listener this, he says, well, I prefer sunlight, but I do not believe we shall return the same way.
Yeah, the prospect of being stuck in the dark until you fade out is not overwhelmingly positive.
Yeah, no. Not a fan.
So now that I've received treatment, at least I assume it's over by now,
Yeah,
I would probably be more aware of my surroundings, because I probably just sloped my way in here and fell over.
You're definitely feeling the sense of this is a more serious situation than you might normally. Like the haphazard lifestyle you lived prior in the deserts and out, while you were traveling. This is a whole different thing for you. and it's rife with dangers you don't understand or are familiar with.
Am I done too, or
Done with what?
with the breathing treatment with Wilhelm and I?
Oh, your
we
breathing
still-
treatment. It's something you have to keep doing for a while,
All right,
but as long as you maintain it, you'll be all right.
all right.
I was more so wondering if my character would recognize anything in the room, because he hasn't gotten a look at it really at all. It was described, yeah, but I don't think he even looked around.
What were you curious about?
Probably the giant tombs that are sitting there.
Okay.
They do look so
Um,
familiar.
based upon your age, I'm going to give you a history chance at advantage.
Okay. And
Unless someone wants to just tell him what's going on up there.
I will tell him, so he doesn't have to risk it.
All right. So you're
So
going.
the five.
Go ahead.
Okay, the 5 tombs are there's a hammer and an anvil, and artistic tree, I can't read writing. The bandaged hand, the quill, and the harp. For Zevron, Shah, Sinyafe, Goen, and Bodu.
Bodhi.
Bodhi. E? Really? That's an E?
An I.
Wow.
It's an I.
All right.
Bodi. Bodhi.
Okay. Yeah, I can't.
It's all good.
That's.
So
And then there's the Zevron is the deity of war and dwarves. Shah is nature and elves. Sinyafe is healing and hospitality. Goen is knowledge and industry. Bodhi is the god of music, art, and literature. So each of these kind of went to different people. Yada 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 yada. Blah blah blah. So that's what's going on now.
That's
wow, that was
wonderful because you knew none of that at all.
that was as mad as my.
No, I was
thoughts.
with you when you went through them, right?
Yeah.
So
We dug through them, but you never asked listener what they were for. The only person who would really have known any of them would have been Sorsha would have known the Shanakesian.
yeah, I tell you what. That's okay because that, as far as like an possible in character description, that was actually pretty fun and pretty good.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
Would
give me your history at advantage roll if you would. Van Maren.
Oh, I'm glad it was with advantage. Or else I would
With
have learned
advantage. Oh, that was it right there. Okay.
that. 19.
19.
Ooh, good job.
All right, the bells go off. You recognize all these names that she just spouted. These are the old gods, including Shah, your absent god of your entire race and culture.
Mm.
So,
Well,
yeah.
after hearing that name, I would probably completely ignore whatever was said after that name and proceed to walk over to said tomb that would probably be obvious because Elven writing or signification.
You'll
Symbols.
recognize if you see the lid that's been removed laying on its side, the first thing you'll notice is the crest, the artistic tree, which is still used in the depths of the forbidden halls of your queen. It is the crest of your people, and basically an image of what your spirit tree once was.
Let's get a roll something really quick. Give me a second. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, he won't instantly start crying, but he'll tear up a little bit.
Oh, Van Warren gets choked up. All right.
Oh yeah, I mean, obviously, his whole everything was destroyed. His whole race almost.
Yeah.
Seeing something like that.
So this is, to anyone who happens to be paying attention, this is probably an unexpected form of behavior from a creature most of you view as a horrific abomination and horrible evil cannibal. He's getting choked up and quietly weeping at the sight of the tomb.
Yeah.
Genesis.
Okay.
Genesis, you'll probably understand to some degree.
Yep.
Just because you're familiar with his people. Sorsha, you'll actually get a huge wave of empathy, as will our mentalist Genesis. Your empathic abilities are just skyrocketing. You're feeling what he's feeling. It's hard for you guys to hold back your own tears.
I want to try something if I can.
Okay.
I can't really see where the. I want to say it's this one. Is where he's at.
Yeah, the second one.
So I guess like, sort of here.
Yeah.
I'll reach over with my newly found empathy skill.
Okay.
Taking an advantage. If successful, it requires the target to make an additional wisdom save. I'm not trying to incapacitate him. I'm trying to calm him.
Okay. You're using it as a healing method. Your skills
Yes.
are all intended to be very versatile, so that's fine. And if he's not going to resist you openly, which that's his choice, then there's no need for a save.
Don't think I would notice it happening in the first place, let alone if I knew the intentions. Then yes, I would probably allow it to go.
All right. You're trying
Be
to.
all right, bro.
You're trying to calm him. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I am calmed, I rolled another 20 and I got a natural 1. So you said there's wood covering the thing, right?
It was a tomb. It was a stone. They removed the lid to all of them.
Oh, okay. Well, I would probably hastily run up to the side of it and start looking through it all. Because, well, I'm hoping to find some sort of hint to anything.
Inside is the very still form of a breathtakingly beautiful elven woman. Even in death. Her hands are laid on her chest. She's still in the old, ancient elven regalia of royal colors and fashion from long, long ago. You faintly remember seeing some tattered remnants of it as a child. But yeah, she's still, it looks like she's sleeping. She's so well preserved.
Are the clothes well preserved?
Yes.
Alright, well, unfortunately for this long lost soul, he's probably going to want to take the clothes for reasons.
Okay.
So he'll probably attempt to take the clothes and anything that would be of significance to his race.
Alright. This is going to be a really high difficulty. Give me a perception check.
Perception. Advantage. Boom. Oh.
Okay. No, that's fine. So you immediately start derobing the corpse.
As he does this, can I assist by stick with me on this, okay?
Okay.
By
There you go.
using the extra pair of clothes in my inventory to cover this corpse, so they're not just like.
So you want to help the corpse maintain its dignity and keep it clothed as he's disrobing it, basically.
I mean, I understand why he wants to get the clothes, but at the same time, like, the ones I'm putting down don't matter. So, like, it's just, yeah.
That's fine. No, you know what? I will allow it. That's fine. That's well within character. So
I give a peculiar look to her. Like, I'm surprised that she's actually doing that.
All right. Well,
While
keep.
they're
Why
doing
would
this, I'm gonna walk over and look into all of them.
Okay.
Why would you be surprised? We work together all the time.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything. I'm just looking at
He's
you.
just looking. Motokovic, give me a perception roll.
Sure, I can do that.
I don't guess rigor mortis has set in yet, has it?
Rigor mortis has set in and gone. All right. right.
14.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, you're.
They probably shouldn't have any flesh yet, really.
You notice something extremely relevant that I don't think anyone else really has, and that's that the god that once represented your people is not represented amongst these avatars. Vol is not represented here. It's the only goddess not shown.
Okay.
Which is a little offensive almost. Vol gets a lot of grief,
no.
but
No, she's better than that. So why would she be with this rabble?
oh, there you go. There you go.
It's all about perception.
There you go. But yeah, they're basically all human or elven or dwarven representatives, and one halfling actually, representatives of the gods, the old gods, placed here in effigy almost, all but one. They look like they've been rifled through and picked through a little bit, which you kind of probably saw out of the corner of your eye happening.
Yeah, these animals. After that, I will continue down to whoever this is. Who is this?
That's Wilhelm.
Oh, what's he looking at over here?
He's
What's in here?
he's probably just digging through his stuff and reading books and stuff.
What's down here?
All right, that's the statue of Vrokana, the antecedent mother of all.
Well, that's not going to do me any good.
There's also a lot of clay pots and urns around her. They've already discovered that each one contains a preserved internal organ of some type.
Okay. I will search the room for other exits.
Okay.
Meanwhile, hey, take it easy. Take it easy. You lift, I'll pull the jacket, okay? There's no need to break the arm to get the coat off, okay? Calm down.
Very coordinated here.
All right.
Between the two of us, we can get this done, all right?
He's literally
Very
just
nice.
gonna grunt.
Very
All
nice.
right.
So,
Whatever.
Morikovek, you actually do notice something on the altar in front of Wilhelm.
Here?
Yeah,
Here? This
yeah,
one?
yeah, the plinth
Right
right
there,
there,
yeah.
right there. You notice that there are ringing around the edges of it. There's a small sunken series of trenches that spider inwards to a central small hole that look like they're meant to draw fluid to a central location and down wherever that leads.
How many holes?
One hole in the very center. All the channels lead to it.
Right, well, okay, so all the channels lead to one. So, yes, can get on slab, please. Need stab.
Are you saying this to Wilhelm?
Of course.
What?
I'm tempted to let him, but I'll be nice. So,
Who has extra fluid for a hole?
you have too much blood. Get up there.
Who's the biggest person in the party?
The translucent one.
That's me, but I don't exactly have blood.
That's church.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to have
Hey.
other than him.
You know what would be really great in this instance?
What's that?
Hey guys, you get some of this oil. It's a liquid.
So who's the second largest person?
Shillelagh.
Yeah, I go tell her, we need some blood for a hole. Come.
Blood?
Why blood? Why blood though?
Why
She's
not?
she's
Looks
looking
like
at
a
you.
sacrifice,
questioning
sacrificial thing.
How much blood do you need?
But you don't know what that means to put the blood on there. You don't know what that blood will complete as far as runes are concerned.
All right.
You
know
can't
what?
just put blood in a statue and not have any consequences to it. To
Sure.
a deity as a sacrifice.
You don't know what I'm asking. Shush.
Shillelagh will walk up. Shillelagh will walk up, hold her hand over it with a knife, slice the palm of her hand open,
Okay.
and bleed into the hole directly.
But you,
I'll put her hand as close to the hole as possible.
Disturbing Wilhelm mightily, he goes, I just fixed these people.
It's okay. Get us out of hole.
All right. As this happens, you guys hear the sound of stone sliding against stone from outside.
Like as the blood goes down.
Yeah.
From outside, as in the way that we came.
Yes. The grating sound of stone scraping against stone.
Does it sound like a ball rolling down?
No. It's just something moving rather slowly.
Dun, 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 dun. Does the wall
Well?
appear to be going up?
Nothing in this room is moving, no.
Yes.
Oh, that's fine then. We'll just keep going.
Can I hear the direction of it being the direction of the stone slab that had cut us off?
Yeah, it appears to be. You
Okay.
can walk out and take a look.
Well, I don't actually have the light that's attached to me in Roll20. That's with Genesis now.
Oh, is it?
So I have no dark vision. I would be unable to tell. But I will stand at the door and listen, as is my wont.
I'm trying to like be a
Okay,
midpoint
hold
between
hands
you and
Boris
Saoirse,
come back, okay?
so she can see me while I go over here
I'll go outside and look.
to you.
All right, you go outside. Yeah, the slab is sliding up.
Okay. Just must hold stone, must hold blood till stone stop. Okay.
All right, so Chilele pulls her hand back. The stone slab, I guess nobody's out there still. The grating sound goes on for a minute and then stops.
Mhm.
And then you hear this sound of. It sounds like psst, click, psst, click, psst, click. Repeating.
Is the clicking coming from the same direction?
Yes.
Boris goes back out, looks again.
All right, the slab is going. With each click, it drops. Click.
Boris must go
Click.
now. Goodbye.
I
Yeet.
follow him.
Come on, come on.
Yeet. All
I'm
right.
like right here, looking back for Saoirse. Like, come on, I gotta get out of here.
So everybody's running? Everybody's running.
I mean, they don't have to. I just said Boris was leaving.
All right.
I mean,
Van Warren, you're running.
I suppose if I've gotten the clothes,
Yeah,
and
you've
anything else
got
in there
'em.
that looks significant, I will probably say some sort of Elvish prayer, and yeah, I guess I'll leave.
Okay. All right.
Right.
That was funny. Boris is gone. Bye. All right, here we go. So we're gonna move back here. Oof. Let that come in, hopefully. There it goes. Okay. So, basically, I'm going to move you guys kind of back where you would be right now, so to speak. More or
Go
less.
ahead.
Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so there we go.
Should be in the lead, whatever direction that is.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's
No
the lead
worries
here?
there.
Or is that the lead?
Let's see here. Well, yeah, that's fine. Now, you guys remember you've come through this room already.
Right.
It was a little tricky going across the grates. Nothing too insane, but you managed to make it across around without falling into the water below. Everybody, if you want to make that same journey again, just give me one dex check.
Oh no.
A dex check?
Yeah, here we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Uh,
Hey, that's okay.
Alright, so Van Warren's fine. Morikovic's fine. With style, even. Sognak, you stumbling a little, but you make it.
Oh my goodness.
Good.
Can I make it with incredible slowness to gain a benefit?
Sure, you're going
Ease
extremely
the check.
slow.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll give you. I'll give you advantage if you really want to take your time.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Good thing you. Oh no, you were fine.
It takes me like 5 minutes to cross this grating.
Oh, hang on. We had one failure.
Oh, yeah, whatever. That's one less.
It was
Who was it?
Chilele.
Yeah, it's okay.
All
This is the blood sacrifice.
right. She slips through the grate, submerging an entire leg in the water below, immediately screaming out in pain and withdrawing, gripping her leg, rolling on the grate back and forth in tremendous pain, obviously.
Shh. You wake up things.
You
That
guys
looks like
can
it hurt.
you can actually see steam rising up off of her foot.
Given how slowly I'm going, she's probably ahead of me, isn't she?
Yeah, that's fair. Would you
I
like
stopped by her for a while.
just gonna watch? Wow, sucks.
You gotta wait. Somebody's freaking out. You don't want to try and move them.
Yeah, well, she's maintaining. She's a warrior, but you can tell like whatever just happened is excruciating.
I'm gonna try to get Wilhelm's attention so we can help her.
Okay. Are you and Wilhelm going out to help together? With and listener, will you assist?
I can't really ask him.
I already got it, don't worry. I will help Chilele to her feet
Okay.
and send her on her way.
She's gonna need to lean on you to get through.
Well, we're gonna take it very, very slowly then.
All right. So we'll let
As stated before.
we'll let that happen.
So you guys got 5 minutes of stuff to do while this occurs.
Yes.
If you can get her across the grate, she can lean on me until we get where we're going. As long as there's not like a, I don't know.
It's all
Turning.
dangerous.
I'm gonna go to Wilhelm.
Yeah,
Wilhelm
I'm
will
sure
say,
it is. Yeah.
You must fix the leg or we leave here.
Okay.
Wow. All right.
That's fair.
Yikes.
That's fair. So here, let's do this. I'm gonna move you guys up a little bit.
Might need to attach a light source to Genesis as well.
She has one.
Rare.
Yeah.
She has one attached to her.
Okay, good.
Okay, so now from here, you're pretty much safe to go back to the main central room, if you remember it. Not a problem. Wilhelm looks at Chilele's foot. It's been hit with the blight infected waters.
Oof.
Okay, leave here to die. Yes.
He immediately begins to literally take a rough piece of cloth and abrase the skin, like tearing the skin off of her where it was touched, causing even more damage. But you can tell he's in a bit of a panic. Chilele's screaming but holding on tight. Blood is going everywhere. And let's see here.
If I can help, I will.
That's all right.
Just
She manages to hold on to consciousness
All
and calm herself
like-
down. But she actually looks hard at Morikovic and says he's right. Leave me here. I'll be fine. Just collect me when you go.
what? No.
Best is too slow.
I'll slow you down. Just leave me here. I'll move up. I'll move up to the center room. if you can get me there and just leave me there, I'll be fine. Like I said, just
Give weapon, give food, be fine. Yes, good.
I look from Reykjavik to Shillelagh, and I'm like, really? Seriously?
Yes, if you get hurt, we leave too. It's fine. I told before leaving.
Wow. This is
Sugnak, you're actually familiar with this type of behavior from the Iverstedians.
Yeah,
She's dead serious. She's looking at this
and
pragmatically.
I'm kind of hedging. Like, on one hand, I appreciate the service that she had. On the other hand, it's the greater good of the all.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be left to die. She wants us to drop her here in the middle room, and then we finish exploring the complex.
Yeah, she said, "Come get me when you're done. Don't leave me
So that-
here."
Right. No, but I'm talking about, like, if we bring essentially a crippled person with us, we're going to be hindered in any obstacles. Like, we run into a gas room again.
Yeah.
We're going to be stuck with this person who can barely move.
But
we'll use corpse to plug holes.
Yeah. Well, you in fairness and logic sense, you have a mangled elf who's already potentially a liability because of his mental state, and he's already
potentially.
Really
he hasn't shown anything to not be a.
So here's the thought: why don't they
slight
stay
risk.
together since they're both injured?
Well, that's the thing. You've got an injured elf. You've got 2 people in your party who are already reliant on breathing treatments.
Yeah.
So if it may actually be better suited to leave her. Now, I'm not pushing this because she's not here, but at the same time, you guys are going to have to carry a wounded member. Her foot is out of commission. So she's going to slow you down. Half movement speeds, penalties if she fights, penalties on defense. If you guys have to run, she's screwed.
Reluctantly.
Well, that's the main thing. If you have to run, she's screwed.
It is safer to leave her here.
Right.
Like
for her and for us.
She's moving at Owum speed right now.
And she cannot move any faster.
She cannot move any
You
faster.
may not like Morikovic, but he knows what he's saying, alright?
Yeah. He's pragmatic. So let's move everybody to our central room.
Yes, I walk along the edge once more, waiting for a light source to start moving with me.
Yeah, you guys can get over there, no problem. Like I said, the mud before.
Research this area as we go through, just for the hell of it.
Okay. The mud below, if you remember, you guys fought the ochre jellies here.
Mm-hmm.
The mud is tainted, but it's saturated enough with untainted material that it's not enough to hurt unless you just sit in it. There is enough of a ledge that you can make your way around without too much issue. So no problems there. Beyond that, like I said, it's ancient. This whole place is just beyond ancient for most of you. Even Van Warren's like, yep, this is older than I am.
It's old as shit.
All right. I kind of idle in that walkway just so everyone can see.
Okay. Providing light.
Yeah, so that way everybody's like at the edge of the light that's coming up behind me, and I can keep everyone visible.
No problem at all. All right. So everybody makes it to the central room. We won't have a problem. So you guys looked into the room to the north. You looked in the room to the south. And of course, you know what's to your west. Nobody wants to go back out there. Well, you might. You're welcome to. I don't mind, but
The bone snakes can wait.
Yeah.
the bone snakes in the tainted water. What's the worst that could happen?
We feed someone to snake, it's fine, we get by.
Pragmatic.
So, do we have what we need, or is there any reason to stay?
It's up to you guys. Does anyone have an issue with Shillelagh staying, or you want to drag her along?
I don't have any issues.
All right. If no one has any issues, Shillelagh will hunker down, set up a small fire, and chill. No problems.
All right. I mean, I guess we have to. So.
You don't have to. It's up to you.
I mean, rationally, we have to. It doesn't make sense to do this.
That
'cause
is
it's not like
always an option.
Yeah,
my
you,
understanding of the situation was
What
not
put both
entirely
into this
complete.
thing?
you could just
Yeah,
throw her into the water.
No, we're leaving her
No.
temporarily. That's the only thing. It's
Yeah.
very
Feed her to the snakes. That's all you gotta do.
This is true. No, I mean, that's fine. And she wants you to come back for her.
yeah, and we will. As
Yeah,
long as I have anything to say about it, we will.
Of course.
Maybe.
Of course. All right.
Depends. If Hen's full of treasure, she may have to wait.
That's why I added the qualifier.
All right.
Oh god.
So what's the discussion from here? Where are you going? You want to go to the room to the north, or to the south, or go play with the snakes?
Well,
I'm gonna.
we
go
have a
to the south
triumvirate
entrance
of
and
leaders
book-
of this expedition.
So Morikovik's looking south.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go up and then look and see what I see.
Okay.
Looking closely at everything.
Let me see here. So there's an incline. And I'll just show this to everyone. That's not a big deal. There's an incline, a natural cave-in it caused at some point, right? That led to, leads up to a pair of cracked, broken pillars with lit torches burning on it.
And they're lit.
Mm-hmm. They are
Lit
burning.
fam.
Okay, something intelligent live this way. Let's go.
So you guys should have the visual, right? That went to everybody.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I guess I'll follow the heavily accented man.
You could go
Oh.
north still. You remember north, right?
Nope.
Would you like me to show you?
We
the north?
remember North.
Isn't that just the
Here,
death pool?
I'll
Death
show it to you. There you go. There's a picture of the
swimming
north
pool
room.
of death right there?
Just a weird room. That's all.
Yeah, weird room. You guys can go
Weird
north.
room. Mm-hmm.
You guys totally
So-
go on up there.
As
Maybe
I
I'll,
said,
I'll even dip my legs in there and everything.
Please, that'd be awesome.
okay, so step out.
Yeah. I
Alright,
suppose
so
I will.
you're stepping onto the plateau.
Yes, but I'm very cautious with my weight and also looking around.
All right. Is everyone following suit?
Oh yes, so
Alright.
follow.
And I will
Morikovic.
I will say that the ridge up to the plateau above is completely solid. Like it is solid earth.
Hmm,
There's not much
hmm.
here for me to see, so.
Yeah, I know. I'm about to switch maps for you.
Oh, okay. I'm on
Never fear.
Never fear. Very sincere.
Dun, 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 dun. Oof. Takes a second for these maps to render, apparently. Roll 20's having issues.
I just have to use them just the weekend.
Yeah. That makes sense. Alrighty, so. Dun, dun, dun. Boom. Make sure we're-
Yeah.
And I see blackness.
Yeah, it's solid black for me too.
Is it?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh boy, I hope the.
Morikovic knows he's blind.
Alright, so. That's weird. Shouldn't be. Hang on one second, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Well, take break. Morikovic would like to collect all monies from people who owe. It's been 1 week. Need to pay again, please. Thank you. Why are you laughing, man? It's true.
I think Wilhelm has us all covered there.
Yep.
Let me know if
We
anything
all point to
changes.
Wilhelm.
Does Wilhelm pay me again?
Yep.
All right. Bump.
They're back and black again.
Alright.
Black is back.
We're on a mission from God, and God puts the bill.
Are you sure? Like, check. Make sure you're not like zoomed out real far or something.
I zoomed all the way out,
Still nothing.
and I've zoomed all the way in. There is no space that is unblack.
Okay.
Still black.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can look at the stream instead if you want. I can see on there, but I can't move myself from there.
Okay.
I reloaded, and I will tell you after reload if it's the same.
Please
And
do.
it's the same.
Okay. In that case, let's see here.
So issue is DM, not player.
Probably.
Pedcac.
Pepcac. Yeah. All right.
He's still blind.
Well, now let me know if anyone gets anything different. They've changed some stuff apparently here.
It is a day that ends in Y.
Go figure, right? Anything Morikovic?
Morikovic, see darkness. Still is not good.
Still black over here.
Okay.
Same.
That's a lovely shirt you're wearing there, Daryl.
Thank you.
Sea foam.
Mm-hmm. It really makes my eyes pop.
I wouldn't go that far.
It's
It
okay.
makes the reflection of your monitors pop.
Tomato, tomato.
Jason, did you change rooms that you're in?
No, on the stream it flips it.
Oh,
that's not the same room. Because he used to have the door behind him with the children that would come in and out.
Oh no, I added
Moved your cam?
added a fourth monitor, so I had to shuffle things.
Yes, because it needs 4 monitors to play video game.
Of course.
Not video game. Tabletop role-playing games.
Yes.
Just need 17 monitors to play a game that can be played on one table.
The table is very large. The monitors are very small.
Yeah.
Morikovic, I think Jason will buy small monitors.
I do say it does make me feel like we're playing a true tabletop game. It's just instead of pausing to flip through the books to find the rules and stats, we have to pause to figure out what Roll20 changed in the past week.
Yes.
There's always
I
going to
do
be
be that way.
changes, yeah.
You're not wrong.
But we have maps. We got handouts. We're doing stuff.
That's it.
Oh,
Not to destroy any
and
sponsorship
it's dark.
deals.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had like a moment. Stop, Church, go back. Back
That,
to whatever you did.
I just
That
switched
was
you
the
back to the
previous
entry,
room.
What?
that's the weird thing. They're set up exactly the same.
He's just cycling us to the previous room and back.
Oh.
I
always
just
feel
do
like
that to refresh it. Hang on. Let's see.
The in-person tabletop goes much faster.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen,
Generically.
normally we take a break in about half an hour to 45 minutes. We'll be taking that now while we work through our diffificulties.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's a good idea. I could refresh my drink.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as somebody
Nice.
stays to make sure this works or doesn't.
I nominate anyone with me. Bye.
Master Miss very rarely leaves. I think you're probably safe with the Master Miss backup strat.
This is true.
Dramatic bow.
There you go.
All right.
All
So.
right, shall return.
All right. Let's see.
Do 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 do.
All right.
I'll be here.
All right. Let me know, Master Miss, if you see anything.
It's
And,
full screened, and I will.
Here, let me BRB us. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, so here we are. Issue solved. So you guys are making your way up the incline to the plateau above with the crumbling archway with the lit torches.
Okay. Morikavik will go all the way to the edge to look.
All right.
Again, careful footing and trying to be as perceptive as possible.
Okay.
What do I see?
All right. So you're looking out onto the plateau beyond. Well, you have the entry image there.
Yeah, there.
So looking, that's kind of what you're seeing, minus the sky in the distance. I couldn't get rid of that.
Okay.
Imagine the rest of that's pitch black. But yeah,
What does this look like?
the plateau.
No, this old looking shit.
Oh, okay, that's fungus, glowing fungus.
Is this glowing fungus as well?
Yeah, way off in the distance. So
Is it enough to illuminate the area?
a little tiny bit, like what you're seeing here. The purpose of this room is lost to time and damage, obviously, based on what you're looking at here. On the inside, flanking the door on either side, are two human-sized statues of Rokana on the pillars here.
Okay.
On the inside, since you've moved past them, you can see them now. They're made of some type of metal and remarkably well preserved. The rest of the room beyond is a mixture of rampant destruction, natural beauty, kind of mingled with stone and dirt as the large curving ramp leads up to this crumbled archway. It's impossible to tell based on just a basic look here if the arch was built after the fall or before it. But it must have been a formidable construction at some point.
I'm looking at the statues, just searching them.
Yeah. Okay. Is that your
Are they
role
new?
there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see here.
If they're pristine and everything else is in ruin, something is awry.
Well, as you're passing between the arches, both of the statues spring to life on the face. Their mouths begin to move.
These aren't golden arches, and it's not a clown talking.
Oh,
No.
I'd like to order. Boris would like to order chocolate shake, please.
First off, does anyone speak Becht?
Speak what?
Well,
The Bechtorite speech.
I think we have a guy. I think we have two guys, actually.
Wilhelm is Becht. He is a Bechtorite. So I tell you what, you might speak it too as a Kolvart.
Mine only says Colvart on the character sheet.
Okay. Hey, I'm gonna
But
give
a
you.
Wraithguard might, right?
Yeah, I'll give you Bechtorite. That's fine. Give me a
Then-
base intelligence check.
Make an intelligence check? Alright.
Well, if you speak Becht.
Why don't? Damn it, Janet.
I
Okay.
love you.
You do understand it. It's a little hard to follow, but you understand it. In unison, they are speaking in the ancient Bechtorite tongue, like pre-Blight tongue. Do you want me to say out loud what they are saying, or would you like to know in private?
I trust my companions. Yeah, what you just said out loud.
In the mother's embrace, we find the way, the fold in time, the crease in space, where the martyrs lie and all hope dies. It is her eyes we see the doorman's face.
I hate this cryptic bullshit.
Boris would like you now to repeat in common, please.
Oh
Looks at the
yeah,
statue.
it's some bullshit about a doorman and I don't know. It's kind of broken. It's not the modern dialect. Yeah, just something about a doorman's face and got some bad mojo.
Dormant.
How does our currently DM piloted Wilhelm react?
Let me give him his check, to be fair. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he nailed that.
Wilhelm repeats it word for word for you.
You weren't even close.
He goes, let me reiterate what my friend is trying to say.
The church said it was an ancient dialect, so I'm just playing it how I picture Sugnuck understanding it.
So it's in chat there.
I'm
After
gonna make
that,
you one of these. Oh wow, that's really bad.
Are you trying to move slowly?
Oh, I always move slowly. There's no concern for that.
Oh, as I hear him make a loud sound, right?
Clunk. Alright, so
The bag. It's the bag. That's it. You can just see the bag floating around.
so I will say this: you guys are moving around, coming through the arches, which is fine. You have what was said there. Sugnack. That was obviously magic. Just saying.
Oh yeah, I'm not even using my ability on that. Some stone faces start talking. That shit ain't natural.
They were metallic, sir.
Yes, they were.
Whatever.
Now, listener,
Human.
these right here are glowing fungus. This little
Yeah.
patch right here. There's also a very big hole in the ground right here.
Do I recognize the variety of the glowing fungus?
No, it's a mutation beyond your experience.
Okay. There. Just poking around.
Does
I would
Modi
look
know
down the
about- know
hole.
of it?
No, this is not something you've ever seen either. You do see a faint glow coming from down here as well.
It's good to eat. It's fine. Just try one. Let me know what happened.
Voice in your head. The Ogham do not eat.
All right. So
He's not true. Ogham eat only son. He's okay. I know.
So, listener,
Technically, since they're glowing, this is some decent nourishment.
possibly, yeah.
A snack.
It's not quite sunlight, but it's better than nothing. Are you looking down the hole there? You're getting kind of close to it.
I was looking down the hole, yes.
All right. I'm just going to show everyone.
Oh.
So, you're looking at an old breach in the surface of the plateau. It appears to have been fully excavated and drops about 60 feet straight down, ending in a more of that murky, blight-tainted water you're slowly but surely getting very familiar with. A small light's been constructed, or not a light, a small platform has been constructed down there that you can see just above the surface of the water. And there's another phosphorus stone sitting there on the plateau, illuminating its surface. Also resting on the platform, it would appear to be humanoid remains, still wearing whatever the robes they wore in life were. Give me a perception check, please.
Okay. There you are.
Alrighty. Excellent. He is clutching a crumpled piece of parchment in his hand.
He's on the movable platform, the one attached here with the rope. How does the rope appear to be affixed to the
I'm about to send you
the
both back to
woodwork?
your room. Go on. It's there's a, if you look to the right of the image I showed you, there is a small scaffold there.
Yes. Just tied off on that peg, or is there a winch?
There's not a winch, but you could probably reach out and hook it with something and pull it up. It doesn't look terribly heavy.
I will pull it up to the surface.
All right. Give me a strength. With ease.
Not bad.
With ease.
Someone's showing off today.
You rolled a 1 earlier. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, that is a 1 on stealth.
Alright, so... Are you grabbing the note, I assume?
Yes, I will take the note. And having secured the note, I may actually try to bring the body up to the stable ground. If I could just pull in the platform a little.
Notes in
Need
your...
some help there, or you got it?
Notes in your journal.
Oh, thank you.
No worries.
Comic just keeps moving around.
Listener sits down and reads slowly, carefully delivering.
There he goes. Okay. Hang on 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. Bear with me.
Different now. It's no longer mined quite so much as it is produced from beds.
I'm back with you, sorry.
More Comic's still moving along, so just tell me if I go too far.
Oh yeah, I would stop there. Yeah, you see a big bright glow to your south there in Marikovic.
Oh, is it this?
Yeah, like it's
Just
glowing.
more mushrooms though, right?
Very large glowing mushrooms. Yes,
Are they moving? Do they look threatening?
they're not moving. No.
I can see
never
those.
Yeah, they're bright. They're
Yeah.
giving off a good bit of light.
Hello, thing in the head. There is a bright plant down there. If you hear me, let me know.
Alright,
No
so
response? Okay, keep moving.
so did you share the note at all, or?
I have only decided that listeners just finished reading it. I figure he's a very patient reader.
Okay.
All right.
He walks back over towards Wilhelm and Sugnat, specifically.
Okay.
To Wilhelm, he hands the note. To Sugnak, he begins to speak into your mind. In this hole in the ground, apparently there was once a powerful wizard.
And Wilhelm will share the note with everyone. Marikovic, if you
Yes.
want to come back, it's up to you.
Baby, come back. No, it's okay. I'm good where I'm at.
All right, it's
Yeah,
it's in everybody's journal if you want to read it.
Tell me
I'll read
about
it
this
once I share it.
mage.
Explore scrap.
The
Scholar's
final note.
But he specifically knows that you are interested in magic, so he thought to come and tell you.
Yeah, what about this mage? What do you mean, used to be a mage?
I don't know if it counts once they become, an undead. And then when you
Yeah.
kill the undead, how do you say it?
Is the undead dead?
I hope so. This one was
Extinguished?
mightily powerful.
Like, do I need to call in reinforcements? Are you sure it's dead?
You may wish to check.
Wilhelm will
Well,
show
I ain't
you.
going down there.
He'll show you the note if you want to see it.
All right.
It should be in your journal.
Do you have it pulled up so the viewers can see what it is?
I do.
All right. Kester's Folly, that sounds familiar. Out of character.
It should be familiar in character as well because we did talk about it, right?
It's come up once before, yes. If I remember correctly.
Eight Shatter Gems.
What?
Are these like Thanos level gems?
Infinity
Mildly
Stones.
sub-Thanos.
They are very relevant to that part of the story, though.
Well, yeah, well, I'm sitting there thinking, son of a bitch, we gotta find these gems. I start writing a note to headquarters,
All right.
Send
pretty
them
much
now,
transposing what's here.
All right. So Morikovic, while they're reading over the note, the grove of mushrooms to your south, as you're watching, it's the light that they give off, the purple phosphorance, is pulsing slowly.
Okay. Is it like a heartbeat?
I mean, I suppose it could be.
Is there a rock near me?
Just
yes, there's several.
Yeah, just the ones you can see.
I will grab a rock and throw it into that general direction.
All right, it plunks through.
The beat does not change. Does it look like they can walk?
You don't see any movement or any form of ambulation that you could see.
Well, there's no reason for me to attack them. I keep looking around. What else do I see?
Well, I mean, you
Water?
could, yeah, you see the blight tainted waters around you.
Is it shadows in the windows of this building over here?
Let's see here, what you looking at? Oh yeah, okay, so you can actually see across there with your vision.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you don't see anything moving over there, although you do see ancient corpses all over the ground, skeletal remains and whatnot, and of course whatever you can see in the water there floating.
Oh, I see all the debris and crap.
Yeah.
Does any of it look like it is like has anything in it or anything along those lines?
It all looks extremely old. Like the water is so thick with taint that it's thick and kind of sluggish. So this stuff
Yeah,
could
that's
have
why
been
I'm not too
floating
worried
here
about
for
it.
long time. It's got dust on it, if that tells you anything.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna pick up a rock. And I'm gonna throw it as hard as I can in this direction.
Towards the houses and all that.
No, towards them.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, go ahead.
And then I'm gonna pick up 2 more rocks and I'm gonna throw them together towards them.
All right. Give me a basic dex check real quick.
I can do that.
All right. Genesis, yeah. 1 and then 2 more rocks actually lands at your feet, skitters across the floor from the west of you.
Okay. Since I've been watching and looking around, do I know that that's where more... I'm gonna try to say this. Is it Marikavik?
Murikovic.
Marikavik.
No,
Marikavik is
Murikovic.
over there, right? That's where he was.
Possibly. He's been scooting around a bit.
Hello?
Are you saying that loudly?
No, I'm just gonna... Instead of doing that, I'm gonna wonder if that's where he was and, pick up one of the stones and just toss it back into the same direction. Just be like, yeah,
All right. So you toss a stone back in the same direction. Clack, clack, clack.
gently, not to hit anybody in the face or anything, just to kind of slide it along the ground in that direction.
So all the noises you guys make, you notice, are kind of echoing and reverberating off the walls. Everything seems louder than normal.
Do I hear?
Yeah, you hear the rock.
I don't respond.
Okay.
Concerning.
All right. Anybody else doing anything at this moment?
I would like to vibe check the room.
Vibe check.
Yeah, Murikovic is just fine. It's cool.
Bad
He's
vibes.
vibing.
I'm probably focused on keeping the clothes safe.
I'm
Okay.
worried about using detect magic in here. I feel like it'd be sensory overload.
Maybe.
Yeah. So what are the auras like besides just us, since I already know what our auras are unless they have changed in any way?
Let me see. What can you see around you?
I see the large mushrooms.
To the south?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, relative to me, they're kind of southwest. I have kind of like
Where's
a...
the edge of your vision.
Yeah, it's that circle,
Mhm.
and then there's like a I guess I'll do like the dots here
Okay.
and here are the edges of
Okay.
where I can see.
Aside from your party, nothing.
Right. So the auras wouldn't illuminate farther than that if the room is larger.
No, you still have to be able to see. But
Fair
no,
enough.
that's
I can see a little bit right here. I don't know if that's
Where?
something here in this area.
oh, okay. Yeah, that's the light coming from down there.
All right. All right.
All right.
Well,
I have a question.
Okay.
Are there any spirits lingering?
Yes, there are.
Tell me about the spirits.
Well, there's one down in the excavation hole there.
Okay, yeah.
You see a cloaked, robed, hooded man sitting cross-legged on that platform, just scribbling away at something.
Is he the only one?
In the immediate vicinity, yes, ironically. There's a lot fewer spirits down here than you're used to.
just gonna keep looking around
Of
over
course,
here.
I was a little concerned about the spirit of a certain bony gentleman. But that one should be destroyed, hopefully. Or split it enough ways.
Is that a person?
Where? There is a skeleton down there on the platform, yes.
Oh,
But listener pulled him up.
okay.
He pulled the platform and him up, I should say.
Just gonna keep looking
Okay.
around here in this area and try to like come around and be like, hey, what's this guy?
He's quite
He
dead.
was studying this place.
Yeah, I kind of sped read your note there. I have many questions, as usual.
As do I.
I don't hear anyone here, so I thought maybe you might
Remarkably quiet.
have a better idea what's going on.
There is one down there. He is dead. But I wonder if he may not have something to say. I'm going to try something.
Uh-oh.
Please keep an eye on this appendage if I begin to act strangely.
All right, I will.
You already acted strange.
I am indeed. I reach out to the spirit with my spectral invocation.
Abnormally, I guess is what you meant, which I get it, yeah.
You're inviting him in?
I am inviting the scholar's spirit.
Ooh,
Alright.
risky.
A little bit risky.
I will not turn over control to him immediately, but I am reaching out with the invocation.
Alright. Spectral invocation. Alright. Now I don't want to tell you the exact difficulty, but give me your charisma saving throw.
This is going to be exciting. Going to be exciting. One moment.
I'll
The good
say.
news is he'll be slow if he does take over.
I am very slow, yes.
Okay. Alright.
Yeah, this is our slowest party member as far as ambulatory speeds are concerned.
So
If it's the scholar, I might be alright. If it's Zindel, I'm sorry for killing all of you.
Whoops.
I'm nowhere near you.
So a voice begins to issue forth from listener, which is a little weird because listener doesn't talk. He doesn't have the appendage to talk.
Yes.
Well,
Oh.
isn't this odd?
This hollow, distant voice in Bechtelite begins to speak. So, Sognak, you understand what he's saying,
Okay.
and Wilhelm does. Anyone else that speaks Bex does. But he says, and I'll just say this out loud for now. He says, I am Nicodemus Bernhold Garantro, who has disturbed my endless study. He's looking at you, Genesis, by the way.
Can I communicate with him given that he's in my mind?
Yeah.
Why is...
I have disturbed you, Nicodemus Bernhold Garantro.
like this is this
You
guy
speak through me.
himself somehow. Why? What?
I will say, now keep in mind, you've just gained access to his entire skill set. You have in your
Yes.
mind the spirit of a very well-studied Bechlerite scholar. What do you want to know?
I would first ask, has he possessed me, or is it the normal spectral invocation? Did I make that check?
You're still in control. You are still in control.
Wonderful.
We disturbed you because
Genesis is very puzzled, you can tell.
Yes. There's so much that listener would want to know. He's just endlessly curious, but I suppose
just
the first thing I would like
I
to
have. Just like,
check his knowledge for is, what did he find in this place?
Alright, as you ask him this, he actually looks, the moment that the question crosses his mind, and he's having a hard time understanding you, because there are like 1,000 different voices asking 1,000 different questions in your mind right now.
Yes.
They're all kind of doing so in a unified manner, but this is what you are used to. He's not. When you start kind of digging into the why and how he was here, what he was looking for, he immediately starts apprehensively backing up, and you can feel there's a fearful concern as he looks southward to where you can see the light in the slight distance.
maybe I should ask him your questions for you.
Go ahead.
Listener?
Listener is entirely inside his own brain right now. It'd be very shocking if he really catches your meaning, unless you like shake him bodily or something. But internally.
All right. I don't know why you would ask me to make sure that you don't act weird when you're going to act weird. Like,
Absolutely, acting weird is my business.
You don't seem like you're in danger though, so I think we're good.
Yes. Is there still something to fear here?
As you start touching on what he was looking at here, it begins to flip into that domain of trying to get him to do something against his will. You can feel it, like there's resistance there.
Of course.
You can try to push it, but you may end up with the spirit purging itself from you, which...
Of course. Does the second question still prompt that? The first one got the pushback. He reacted quite fearfully of something perhaps to the south.
Mm-hmm.
The second question was, is there still something to fear in this place? Did that also meet that feeling of willfulness and resistance from the spirit?
He's unsure. You can feel it. He's unsure. You can also tell that he's not ancient.
Not many centuries, that's right. He's still got paper, of course.
But he's not pre-blight.
Of course, yeah. He wouldn't be hanging out if he wasn't.
He's only been dead maybe 15, 20 years.
15? That's not bad. Well, he died to the blight as far as we could tell, so that doesn't necessarily mean there's something very deadly here apart from what we already knew about.
Yeah, you get the sense that he discovered something he's scared of.
The torches are lit.
Yeah. You get the sense he discovered something he's scared of, though.
Yes. Masterful scholar from the bet.
Do you want to keep him?
I'll ask something a little more generic. See if I can get him talking more effusively. What is this place?
This is the ancient temple to the antecedent mother of all, one of the only ones in existence. For even before the blight, they did not worship her.
Do you know what I am?
I've encountered your type before.
Do you know what you are?
A scholar.
Do you know what else you are?
A Bectorite?
I point my body towards his corpse lying by the edge of the pit.
More's the pity. I never got the chance to rub my discovery in the noses of those fools back at the academy. They never did take my work seriously. Look what I found, though. I found him. I found that bastard after all this time.
I saw your final note.
Watching intently. Like, okay.
Let me do a quick knowledge check, I guess.
Alright.
Or he can provide the knowledge if it's not a subject that he is very unwilling to discuss. Just to see how much listener knows about Zindel the Aberrant Flame.
Alright. Alright, yeah, go for it.
What would you like me to roll?
History.
Alright.
You know Zindel was one of the co-conspirators that brought about the Blight. One of the ones that deceived Sovereign Damus III and forced his hand in the creation of the ritual that brought it down.
The full span of the knowledge. Not bad for a hive mind that didn't exist until he was already dead.
Oh yeah.
It's the second time.
They're very curious by nature, though. And
Yes.
and some of that is you pulling from his knowledge as well,
Yes. Okay, so...
which the hive mind is devouring right now. Everything they can pick out of it subconsciously.
They're loving it. This is a very high expected value operation. To Nicodemus again. Did you find him here, this distant place?
Once again, a slight apprehensive pushback as he focuses to the south again.
He let it in, though. I was trying to sort of smooth him into the conversation, get over his apprehension. Can I make a charisma check for having done this?
Are you gonna try and push it, or?
Not to push it. I wanted to do it, you know, soft touch. Just get him talking, get him excited.
What do I? Can I ask what I see?
You're only hearing the spirit side of this conversation.
Do I sense that it's
Like
agitate?
you're not really certain what the heck's going on. Like, listener is talking, and he's talking about weird stuff and acting kind of jumpy.
Yeah.
But he did warn you something was about to happen. If you want, give me a charisma check, listener. We'll give it a
All right.
charisma check to try and bypass his
I'll
apprehension.
call it persuasion, I guess.
Oh no!
Oh shit.
No,
He's just as jumpy.
He's actually about to purge from you.
Alright.
Can I ask a question about the empathy thing?
What?
You specifically said non-magical fear effects in the text for that. Does that? I don't know if this counts as magic. I don't know.
No, it's a spirit, though. If you were to try and use your empathy on a spirit, you actually could potentially hurt yourself because it's not a living creature.
Exciting things would happen. If I sense his apprehensiveness in time,
Yeah,
I will actually open a different topic.
You actually may want to release him at this point because he's struggling against your bindings right now. That roll was is basically a crit fail.
Dangerous.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous roll right there.
Yeah, you may want to let him go, unless you want to risk the forcible
Risk
purge.
the damage.
What?
I've got what I could, I guess. I'll let him go.
Okay, so you release the spirit. He immediately goes back to where the platform was and starts scribbling.
Listener shakes all over, and then to Genesis, he says, "That was unusual."
You're not kidding.
I think you're all unusual.
Not getting there
Well.
either.
Are you okay?
I am fine, and we have a lovely new way to gain knowledge. The dead one, he wrote the note. He seemed very afraid of something that way. I point off to the south, where Nicodemus kept flinching from.
Yeah, where you can see the light.
Can I make another stealth check? Put my bag down and probably be a little more stealthy.
Sure.
So there's not an item floating around behind me.
Yeah.
That's pretty shit, but I don't know it.
All right.
So I'm actually going to
Moving south.
slowly approach
Okay.
here.
All right. So what you're approaching is a vastly dilapidated structure. It's held together by not much more than strands of rotted rope and a dying prayer. It's very dimly illuminated by 2 more phosphor stones. The bare stone floor is covered in dust. You can see through the cracks in the planks that inside there appears to be some rotted bits of furniture. You're right next to the doorway.
Just check on Sunshine real quick.
Okay.
You alright over there, Sunshine?
I'm fine. I just don't. I just don't know where we go from here.
Is
Deliberating
there any
on
sound
that.
coming from the structure? I don't know if the door is open or not.
There's no door there. It's just an opening.
Okay. Is there any sound of movement coming from within?
Nothing.
Do you want to stroll around the room and see if anything catches your eye?
Sure, sure.
I'm still feeling some of that ambient concern from Nicodemus, so I will actually investigate it for dangerous things as I try and take a peek inside.
All right. You don't see anything dangerous. Aside, there's 2 more phosphor stones. I think you left the other one that you pulled up on the lift.
I gave it back to Genesis.
No, there was one on the scholar's body.
Oh, on the rock?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still on his body.
Okay, so there's still a phosphor stone over by the excavation if anyone wants it. What you're looking at inside through the doorway, you see a rotted bedroll on the far wall, raised up on a rickety platform. So I don't know if you see the little platform there in the back.
Yeah, I see it now.
That's where the bedroll is. It's actually raised up off the ground. The small ladder leading to it. Below it are the crumbled remnants of a shelf, and in one corner there's a collapsed table.
Is this up against a wall, basically? Small shack?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actual stone behind it.
There seems so little to fear here. Yeah, curious is kind of my nature. I will look around the contents of the shack
All right, where are you
to
starting?
see what could possibly do it. I would probably start with the shelf, the collapsed shelf
The shelf?
under the bed platform.
All right.
Seems familiar. Didn't the scholar's final note mention a little hut?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The ambient void energy in the place has done its damage.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the shelf you're looking at, underneath where the platform and the bedroll is.
Yeah.
You can tell at one time it probably had a number of journals and scrolls and that type of stuff on it, but it's just most of it's rotted beyond all hope of recovery. You want to search through it?
Yes, of course.
Okay, give me your investigation. All right.
It'll just take the 12 on that. I don't get any advantage unless it's for traps.
Let's see here. Do you want to share it or keep it?
I mean, I'm pretty far away, so just hand it over to me, I guess.
All right.
I mean, you've got a couple people
Yeah.
behind you.
Did you two follow me over? I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Scholar's Note Scrap. It's in your journal. If you want to share it, I'll share it. It's up to you.
We strolled right behind you.
Yeah, you have people right behind you trying to read over your shoulder.
Oh, what does that say?
What you doing?
What are you doing?
Okay, Mike.
I'm gonna say I'm actually hanging out by this cavern because what's his name told me. Paranoid may have bet something might still be down there.
Ben Warren's still back by the arch, or the broken archway there.
Oh, don't you just want to detect magic, though?
I'm holding the phosphorus stone so we can see in there a little bit.
Yeah,
Like-
there's currently 3 more phosphor stones in play if anyone wants to pick one up.
Hey.
There's 2.
I'll take one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good. I want you to have your own light source. That's a good idea.
Add that to your possession list there.
Okay.
Are you using it? You want to keep it out for light?
Yeah, I'll keep it out for light.
All right.
I start a little pile of legible scraps. And this is all I've found in the shelf. I'll move on to the table, I think.
Can we all get in there, or is it like?
Yeah, no, it's big enough. You guys can get in there. So you searched through. You found that scrap.
Yep.
All right. All right. So did you say you're going towards the table to search?
Yes, the table is next.
All right. One
I'll
more.
just watch, see what we find.
All right. The table barely conceals an ancient-looking human skull. It's strangely undamaged in comparison to the rest of the room.
I lift the table off the skull, revealing it.
Okay.
Fancy.
So, listener.
Yes, I'm ready.
As you get close to this, you sense an oppressive spirit standing over you. Like this is a dark weight on your shoulders. It's unlike anything you've ever experienced. For the first time in your natural life, you're afraid.
I am afraid of the dead too.
Yes, this
Very
is
unusual.
This is something new. In fact, the collective is alarmed.
This isn't good.
I like to imagine it's even taller than me. It's just looming.
Yes, it's something looming over you. It's like a shadow just crossed over your soul. Genesis,
Oh no.
as he disturbs the skull slightly, you just are you're overwhelmed. In fact, Sorsha, you're feeling this to a slight lesser degree, but feeling it nonetheless. It's like the room is flooded with hatred and malice. You can feel it like a dark stain on your heart. It's just overwhelming. Like you're having trouble breathing.
I turn my head to look at Genesis.
Yeah, you can see it in her eyes too.
I do some quick internal calculus bouncing off of the collective.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't be in here. That's creepy.
That is an existential threat. Therefore, hard pass.
So, you want to take it with you? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, of course. Definitely, that's exactly what I want to do. No, I set the table aside.
Okay.
And exit the hut with my little scrap, my Scholar's Note scrap.
Okay.
Can we read that too?
Yeah.
If you ask, he just kind of holds it out to the side.
Please.
All right. All right.
You can take it if you want.
Okay.
So
I walk right back up to Sugnak.
Okay.
If Sugnak has not wandered off somewhere I can't find.
I'm not. I'm still back. I'm standing guard over the cavernous pit.
It's in your journals, you two.
Okay.
Scholar's notes scrap.
I nod to the big guy as he walks over.
You get
In
this.
your mind, you hear,
Go ahead.
I and I have found the remains of the wizard.
That's interesting.
That's disturbing.
Yes. You should not trifle with him.
I thought you said it was dead.
Even the dead may threaten.
Yeah, I thought you said the undead was dead, though.
Of this one, I and I am not so sure. Let's actually make a check. Arcana is kind of a dead subject these days, unless you're a specialist, but what are the odds that the collective even knows what a demi-lich could be?
I'll give you. Let's do an Arcana check. Let's see. At advantage
Alright.
as usual.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, you're quite aware. I get the feeling I don't need to explain to you what one is. So.
No. To Sugnak. These trifle with death. To them, it is no obstacle.
Yeah, we should probably move away from that creepy skull, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to hang out over there, do we?
No.
So you're saying this sumbitch still alive? Or, well, in the loose sense of terms.
Living.
Right. So you guys are getting
Dead.
close to the grove there. Hang on a sec.
You
Before
all
move.
die!
Yeah.
It is of no difference to the likes of this one. This one simply is.
And what, you're just picking up some weird aura?
More. A
You got one of
presence. A powerful
Lori Kavik, what are you doing?
Alright.
Well,
what I say-
we were doing it, but I was going to teleport on top of the roof.
I'd say we
Oh well, hang
we
on.
get out of here.
Okay. Hang on
Yeah,
before you
I
do.
can do that, yeah.
Yeah. Hang on before you go any further, though.
I'll where did we leave off? I'm sorry.
Things were happening. I had just said that there's a powerful presence, and the likes of us could do no harm to such as that.
Alright, well I say we should round everyone up, get the hell out of here, and I'll send word back to the rest of the Wraith Guards. They'll put together a party, come down here and make short work of this sumbitch.
I and I would love to see such a thing occur.
Alright, where the dickens did everyone else wander off to?
Well, considering one of them actually has a light now, you probably saw them trotting off to the west there.
Some bitches are gonna get themselves in trouble.
So, as far as Sorsha, Genesis, and Wilhelm, you guys are getting close to the large grove of fungus there, the large mushrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Now the area you're coming onto of the plateau, this is a totally unique ecological occurrence, right?
Right.
The fungus that you're seeing apparently has been so inundated with void energy over a long plateau or long period of time that the organisms have mutated far beyond what you would see in a normal situation. Do any of you have any nature skills?
Aside from the befriending animals part of empathy, I don't think I do.
Right. I mean, you're
Let
welcome.
me see.
I asked
Not
because
particularly.
you're welcome to try and identify them. I imagine Wilhelm might have a shot
I'm
at
not
it.
proficient, but I could try it, you know?
I believe Morikovic
Okay.
has given his odds.
All right.
Prior to my
Ooh!
jump, that is.
Ooh!
Oh, well, there you go. So that's 3. So they're very similar in part to a type of fungus known commonly as Neonathopanus nambi, which is a mushroom that's poisonous, but gives off normally a bright green bioluminescence. This is pulsing a dull violet color, and you can smell the smell of lilacs in the air as you get close. It's a very pleasant smell, actually. So, very pleasant.
I should probably get away from
Extremely
this.
pleasant to the fact that all 3 of you need to make Constitution checks, please.
Oh.
Bruh.
Oh.
I wasn't even that close to it. Ha! So that'd be 1 loss.
9.
Oh god, just shoot me both with the +0.
Oh, okay. So
luck point on that con save because I gotta.
Oh yeah, no, you're okay. You're okay, Master Mess. You made it. Sorsha and Wilhelm, you both fall into a trance and feel compelled to walk towards the center of the grove. So the 2 of them begin to walk into the grove.
No!
God damn it.
Grab Saoirse's arm, like, no, don't go over there.
Are you gonna try to grab her?
Yes.
All right. Give me a strength save.
Oh no. We'll see.
It won't be that hard.
Oh, she actually pulls away and steps into the grove.
No.
You're all gonna die down here.
So Wilhelm and Sorsha walk into the center of the grove and lay down amongst the mushrooms.
Oh, they're dead.
Anything I can do to stop them from going over
Oh,
there.
they're just getting a nap.
Stop.
Just 2 less mouths to feed. It's okay.
No.
So Genesis, you're standing over there by yourself. You're about to have to make another con save. You move away.
Come on. Okay, think. What can we do? Where's the plant guy? Where is he? Where's the plant guy? Where's the plant guy? Hey, you. Help! Help! Get them out of there! Come on, we gotta go!
So,
Listener is confused.
That's
Panicked.
so I want to stand like out of range. Like, is it these cliffs or is this black mold?
no, that's water. The black is water.
All right, I'm not gonna go.
Unpleasant water.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah,
get.
stand away from there.
All right.
Get them out of here!
Is it,
We have returned to see the things.
Yes.
What do we see?
You see the pulsing grove of phosphorescent giant mushrooms.
Can we tell, is this effect natural or is this...
Get them out of
Arcane.
there. Get them out of there. Get them out of there. Get them out of there.
I
Get them out of
inquired
there.
in
Concentrate.
the
Help
mind.
me.
Consensus
Get them
jabbering.
out of there.
What happened to them? Why have
They
these
w-
laid down?
They
It
walked
doesn't look
in.
comfortable.
They walked in and laid down in it. It's not healthy. It's not normal. Normally these things are poisonous.
Those two ain't doing
They should
nothing.
not be in here.
Well,
Help!
can we tell is this natural or an arcane effect, Church?
All right. Okay. All right. I gotta. I'm running
If
over
I
there.
approach
Yeah,
the
like-
mushrooms,
Okay.
can
Help-
I sense?
Help me.
Do I
Come on.
feel the
Help-
effects on me?
You
Help
do
me.
not. Genesis,
My
give me another.
respiratory,
Give me another con save, Genesis.
yeah, my respiratory system is non-standard.
Yeah.
So I just kind of get in there and I'm just like,
All right. So you
Can I
walk
pick
into
them
the
up?
grove.
yeah.
Do I hear the call for help or no?
Yeah, you do.
Oh. Oh.
All right, Genesis,
No.
you fall into a trance and start walking towards the center of the grove.
Do I
Oh.
see what's going on from where I'm at?
Oh no.
No, you can't really see what's going on.
Okay.
I just got him. I'm just kind of dragging him backwards. I'm still not
No.
sure why this is such a trouble.
Listener, as you walk into the center of the grove, tendrils have grown out from the bottom of the mushrooms and begun to burrow into both of their flesh.
Are they doing so quickly, or is it just kind of happening at plant speed?
It's faster than plant speed, and they're both fast asleep.
I lift them up off the ground to get them away from the tendrils, breaking them if necessary.
So Genesis has just walked in and laid down.
I'll come back. And I carry the current two out.
All right, so are you trying to lift them both or one at a time?
I will try and lift them both off the ground one at a time. I suppose I'll have to drag them once I've got them moving.
Who are you starting with? Let's try that.
I will start with Sorsha being the smaller of them, I think.
Okay, give me your strength check.
Easier to move. If the tendrils won't give way, I have a backup strategy. That's a save.
All right, you can't manage to pull her out. It's without you're trying not to rip them out of. They've burrowed into her skin. You're trying not to rip them out. So you.
I grab the larger of them, just like some big ones,
Okay.
and I use my toxic secretion.
Okay. It does not seem to affect the mushroom.
Suppose I'll just have to try again.
All right. So-
Don't.
Still having a hard time.
Don't. Is she carrying a knife?
Who?
Sorsha, or I guess Genesis, who's just laid down next to him.
I should be carrying a dagger.
Yeah.
I'll liberate a dagger real fast
All right.
and slice this to make my job a bit easier.
All right.
A dagger and a rapier.
As the blade cuts into the first tendril, Sugnak, you see this from the outside. The whole grove pulses, like violently for a moment, and you can see this cloud of spores just go poof all around the grove, filtering almost out to where you are.
Yeah, fucking damn it.
You can immediately hear Genesis, Wilhelm, and Sorsha begin to cough and sneeze in their sleep.
All of you creatures with lungs, I'm telling you, they're just a liability.
Is there-
about, man? I'm safe.
Boris, where are you at?
I
Alright.
am here, although you do not know it.
All right. So,
Have I had
I'm
any
not gonna
success
say
at
anything.
freeing them?
All right, you've managed to cut Sorsha loose, but
Alright, I will drag her back out range.
as you cut her loose, you see a pool of some type of liquid being secreted underneath Wilhelm.
Did
He's
he
next.
pee himself?
No, it's coming from
Wilhelm
the,
just.
it's coming from the
so
fungus.
it's not coming from Wilhelm.
No.
All right,
Is
so
it brown?
one dragged out, I come back for Wilhelm.
All right. You can see that the liquid is beginning to actually eat away at his skin.
All right, I'm just going to try and get him up a little faster here.
You gonna cut him loose?
Yeah.
All right. Another burst of spores. But
Anyone got some?
you managed to cut him loose.
All right.
All right. Genesis.
Dragged out again.
Okay.
Back for Genesis. What a lovely time to be a plant.
1, 2. All right. Cutting Genesis loose.
Yes.
All right. So they hadn't really had much of a chance to get into her. So, if you want, you could probably just pick her up.
I'll just pick her up then if they haven't attached yet.
Okay. All right. So you managed to pick her up and scoot her out. So you guys are all right at the edge of the spore cloud now.
Chomp, 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 chomp.
All right. So they're.
I get down and examine them closely.
All three of them, their eyes are swollen and red. They're coughing and sneezing, mucus running from their noses.
I saw that Wilhelm was getting some very corrosive liquid on him. I roll him over and begin making attempts to remove his clothing if it's inundated with it.
A little bit, yeah. It looks like whatever's happened, the damage has been done.
Right, well, if it's still damaging him, I remove, articles of clothing, anything soaked. If not, then, it's more his area than mine.
Alright, yummy. Let's see here.
I start to wonder if we just need to put what's their name out of their misery.
Okay, so he was already wounded too. Okay, so yeah, you managed to kind of get him off, whatnot. After about, we'll say 10 minutes, they begin to come to. Your eyes are all stinging. You've each taken, Sorsha, you took 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And you have little puncture wounds all over you. Very tiny, tiny puncture wounds. Where the tendrils were starting to embed themselves in your skin.
Oh, God, what happened?
Yeah.
My head's probably off at this point because I assume I'm just lying on the floor and it just kind of fell off of my head at this point.
Oh yeah, I was dragging you around and I wasn't paying attention to it.
Yeah, so more people can see who I am.
Genesis, 2 points of damage from the added irritation to your lungs from the spores.
I'm gonna get back on that breathing treatment as soon as I wake up.
Oh yeah. It's hurting. It's hurting.
How about Wilhelm?
Wilhelm is back conscious. A little worse for wear, but still able to move. He's a little upset about his clothing getting kind of ruined. He was dressed pretty nice. Does anyone want to try and go back into the grove?
Nope.
I will walk back in the direction of the grove. I will first say to Wilhelm, Genesis, and Sorsha individually, stand further from the plants. We're very dangerous, you know.
As he walks in, I mumble under my breath, show off.
I'm curious. These are of a variety that probably doesn't exist anywhere else, being such a strange mutation of the breed. I will examine them closely for the repositories of knowledge.
Right. Give me a perception check.
They are.
Very nice. At the very center, while you're looking around, you actually come across a pile of remains.
And say, it must lure the living ones into the center to feed its own flesh from theirs. I
Go ahead.
nose through the remains a little.
All right. Most of it's small animals that are natives to the cave itself. But among them are actually 3 humanoid remains. If you rifle through them, is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. Their still intact belongings are there. There's a long sword, 2 daggers, a backpack with a bedroll and a set of cooking tins, a small scattering of money, a scroll, a 50-foot silk rope, 3 pitons, a small hammer, a full set of leather armor, and 3 pairs of boots.
How much of this is interesting to the listener? I take the longsword because I know they keep having trouble. They have like a dagger and they're sharing it. That's very silly. They need more of these.
Coins. Coins, bro. Coins. Shiny.
We've just destroyed this Wilhelm's clothes, so I take the armor for him and like some clothing to go with it. I say he could use that. I feel bad.
Okay.
I feel bad that I destroyed his clothes.
All right.
I say, ooh, this could have knowledge on it, and I take the scroll.
All right.
I needed a bag actually for all my books, and I take the bag.
All right. The book pack or backpack.
Yes, it's a book pack now.
It is a book pack.
What else was there? A handful of daggers, some coins. Coins don't really interest me.
Yeah.
Think some of the other stuff was in the bag. I won't bother to take it out until I'm out of the middle of the grove, I guess.
Yeah. The backpack has a bedroll and cooking tins in it.
Any journals, anything papery besides the scroll?
Nope.
Okay. That's the haul. That's the haul. I bundle up what I can. I say, yes.
All right.
This
So
will
you
be
walk
very
out.
useful.
Walk out with the
Arms full of just gear.
All right.
And I come back out here and I set the pile down. I start I take the long sword and I hand it to Van Waren.
Hey. Bravo.
I say, this one is longer. It will keep them further away when you strike them.
There you go, Van Waren.
Looking on with puffy eyes of pride.
And I take the armor and the set of clothes and I give that over to Wilhelm.
All right.
That might last longer
What was my
next
name
time.
said? I forgot.
Van
I
Waren.
gave you a longsword.
Oh,
You're armed.
I found it on a dead man in the middle of some mushrooms, and I gave it to you and said, this will keep them further away when you strike them.
You're armed. It's official.
oh, oh.
And it's not made of human bone.
Well, it's not very good for sneaking around, but I guess I can use it.
And the rest, I've got the bag, and I put the scroll in the bag.
All right.
And there's a mess kit in the bag. I take the mess kit out and I set that down on the ground, and I've stopped paying attention to it immediately.
Yeah. So a set of cooking tins.
Yeah. It's I need my other books. And I get up and I go back over to the hole over here where I left my books.
All right. So you gather your stuff.
Yes. And now all of my goods are consolidated.
Didn't you already
I
have
look at
a
the
bag
scroll, I guess.
for the
It's
stuff
a-
that you had before? Because that's how you were carrying it?
It wasn't a backpack, though. It was kind of inconvenient. It was just a bag.
Oh, okay.
So, Morikovic, you're still over there on the roof?
Yeah, while they were doing that, I would have went to the top to see what was on the other side.
Okay. All right.
Which, if I'm seeing what I'm seeing, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, you're seeing what you're seeing.
Okay. Does anything seem to be decayed yet not fully decayed, i.e. still has flesh on it or anything like that?
No, it's all been here for a long time. In fact, every step you take, dust puffs up. You do get an overwhelming sense of dread just being here.
No, that's fine. I'm used to that.
Okay.
I would walk over here to figure out what this is.
So you're hopping down off the roof?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a pretty long drop.
I would gingerly move my way to the edge to come down.
Okay.
Whichever side I had to go down that was shortest. So if this side over here were shorter, I would go to it. Whichever side is closest to the ground.
Well, since you teleported to that roof here, that would definitely be the easier, because it's a very steep...
Yeah, that's fine. Then I would drop down and then walk around.
Okay.
This way, right?
Alright.
And this is what would get my attention. I don't know why, but it does.
Alright. Let me get to you in just a sec, because that's a whole separate room from them. I might have to pull you aside. Let me see where they're going to go, and they may be...
Yeah, you're fine.
They may be joining up with you in a second here, so let's see where they're headed. Where's the rest of the group doing from here?
Rehabbing.
Rehabbing.
Just
Trying
there,
to survive.
breathing.
Mostly. I didn't quite hear what you said was on the scroll.
Oh, it's a language you can't make heads or tails of.
Huh.
In and out.
Hmm.
In and out.
These rocks, are
Back
they
in the
like tall enough to climb over? That I'm near.
Oh, yeah, you could get on top of them with relative
Okay.
ease. It's a straight drop down to the water behind them, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to like. That's too close to the mushrooms. I'm trying to explore without getting back near those things.
It's all good. There's still an area up this direction you guys haven't been. Not really.
In and out.
Hmm.
I'm so tired of convalescing.
All right.
I look around and wonder where the shadowy one has gone.
He's way gone. Sorsha,
Mm-hmm.
as you're approaching that area, here, I got something for you. Show it just to you. It's in your journal. Of
Okay.
course, anyone watching the stream will see it anyway.
Inhale and exhale.
There's a bridge across the water there.
Wipe my
There
puppy
appears
eyes.
to be a lot of floating debris in the murky water below,
Hmm.
and a village across the water. It looks like a village
Huh.
sitting in the darkness.
I want to take my violin and play a quick something to get everyone's attention.
All right.
Small little something.
The acoustics in here are amazing. So
Are you saying you're playing a little ditty?
Yeah, I'm playing a little ditty.
Is it about Jack and Diane?
Are they too? Well, it can't be an American kid here.
is that pulling everyone up there, or you guys hear the song start playing on the violin?
Of course, just because that's such a strange thing to do. Why wouldn't I come look?
All right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes,
Alright.
I will. But
I mean, my legs are fine. It's my lungs that are the problem. So carefully and wobbly get up on shaky legs and be like, breathing, trying to breathe. Respiratory system is a failure.
Yeah, and as I come over, I stop playing.
All right. So as you guys approach, you see the same thing. You guys should have the visual.
Aha!
The bridge illuminated by the phosphor stone, leading into a old village sitting in the dark. Aside from
Nothing feels good about this.
aside from the liquid sloshing ever so slightly every now and then, There's no movement.
Are there spirits?
Please tell me. Please tell me you're not playing Bridge Over Troubled Waters right now. Please tell me you didn't play that.
Are there spirits, sir?
No,
No? Okay, please continue.
not a single one right here. I will say that let's see, cresting the small rise where you're at right now. The bridge is ancient. It hangs precariously across the slow, undulating, blight-tainted waters, bobbing up and down gently. There's a large amount of debris, crates, barrels, bits of wood, a couple of half-submerged fishing skiffs. One thing that kind of stands out to all of you as you're kind of looking over the area is the whole time you've been under the assumption that the movement you saw was a current in the water. Now you realize none of the debris is actually moving. And that likely by the age of it, that it has been some time, barring someone or something having actually thrown it in here recently. The bridge itself is in terrible shape, but it looks like it could still hold you if it was used carefully.
Yeah, I am going to start playing Built Upon Rubble to get a sense of the bridge's weak points and then move like carefully across.
Okay. It's a good use of it.
Yeah.
All right. So I will say that based upon what you're looking at, as long as you kind of go one at a time, you'd probably be okay.
All right. I relay this to the party.
All right.
And I'm just slowly crossing.
Making your way across?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Watching carefully with.
All right. You make it across.
And I'm over.
Apprehensive and puffy eyes, just like, okay. I will
want to
dive
try to
in
go
here
next?
if I have to. Like,
Yeah. Does anyone
can barely
want
breathe. We'll do it.
anyone want to try and go
What's
next?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So that's 2 across.
Yikes.
Anyone want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go
Sure.
next. I'll go next. I ain't letting him show me up.
Yeah.
Sugnak, where
I
are
want to do
you?
a flip and everything.
What's that?
Sugnak, where are you?
My piece never got moved.
He's in the
moving up there.
darkness now. Can you attach
I
a
moved
light
with the group.
source to listener there, Church, from the
Oh, yes.
stone in the scholar's little pit?
Of course, of course.
All right. So what am I rolling? Or you're rolling?
There you go.
I don't like that when you roll.
Yeah, you go ahead. So here.
What am I rolling?
Nothing.
What are you rolling?
You just
Who's
cross.
rolling what?
Here,
No, I don't like this.
We'll just cross you over, just like that.
Oh no!
And then
Oh no!
I'll give a little roll.
Oh no!
You're good. You made it across, no problem. Anyone want to go next?
I'll
This is
go.
bullshit.
I'll
All right.
fall again.
So
Why
Van
not?
Warren. Van Warren's going across. No problem. Van Warren's over. All right. Here, we'll get Wilhelm over. All right, no problem. Listener.
I was going to go last since I'm so heavy.
All right.
If I am last, yes, this will be when I go.
Listener goes over. All right. No problem. Heavy
Beautiful.
mistake. All right, so everyone's across now. Excellent, excellent. All right, so. So, stepping in to the entrance. Bear with me one moment.
Mm-hmm.
We're about to switch maps.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Don't forget to give us permission to our stuff so we can see.
That's what I'm doing right now.
You should be able to just drag tokens over from the old map.
It didn't quite work that way, unfortunately.
No? Okay.
It's alright. I know what we're doing now, so at least it's not quite so insane. So, let's see here. God, Wilhelm, in your name, I swear. I keep having to shorten his name every time I set up his token. Because he has his full name on there, and it's enormous. Alright, so Morikovic, you're special. Almost done. One more, and then we'll swap. There we go. Alright, here we go. Boom. So you have crossed over.
I see my token, but literally the map is just black.
Yeah.
I see everything.
I see nothing.
What?
Possibly
I see stuff.
the light sources did not cross with us.
Yeah, maybe.
I see fine. Ah,
Here.
you're
Oh, okay. Hang on. Because you've got... I see what the issue is. 15, 15. Boom.
Hey.
There we go. Where'd listener go?
Yeah.
I was booped.
Wait, where did you go?
There we go.
Where's your... Okay. It's like, what happened?
I've got a phosphor zone too.
Yeah, I'm gonna hook you guys up. Oop. 15, 15.
Strange things are occurring.
There's
At the
that,
circle,
and
okay.
Sorsha, let's get your phosphorus stone kicking. Alright, there we go. So, stepping onto the main street of this village reveals an aftermath of what must have been a horrific massacre. Skeletal remains of the people who once called this home litter the streets and alleyways as far as you can see. Areas of the packed dirt are still stained with the color of rust in large swaths, and the detached rubble from the deteriorating buildings litter the streets as well, only adding to the ruin and desolation of the scene. Beyond the damage caused by time and the boneyard that now surrounds you, the entire village appears to be intact, still standing as if lost in time, a pre-blight artifact that has been swallowed up by Cairne itself.
I'm going to assume I was over here for a while before they appeared.
Yes,
So
and I know that's what you wanted to
what
look
is-
at specifically.
What is this?
It's an old bale. The building you're looking at right there, if you notice, they're all numbered.
Yep.
That one, Morikovic, they're coming around. Let's say you're seeing them, but based on the signage outside the building that you're looking at, this was at one time an inn named Siren's Rest. The exterior of the building is covered with deep gashes and pits and pockmarks. Looking at it, go ahead.
Gone in.
All right, but I will say the door's hanging on a single hinge there, so that's easy. It looks like there must have been some type of major holdout here as you enter in. You can tell like there's a tangled mass of destruction, and the majority of the second floor is collapsed. Based on the scene within, most likely that occurred during the time that the fighting happened here that you're seeing the remnants of. The skeletal remains lie everywhere, the majority of the broken and twisted under the debris of the collapse. 3 of the larger remains are inside as well, which you can see here and there, the large creatures. Also apparently trapped beneath the rubble. Sometime either during or after the collapse, the fire from the building next door, you can see the burn marks on both. Caught here as well. Beyond that, it's just ruin and rubble.
I wouldn't have disturbed any of these skeletal remains. I would have just went inside to see what was inside.
Yeah, that's it. Most of the inside's collapsed in on itself, so to speak, so there's not a lot there. Like I said, you see a lot of human remains, and then you see the larger creatures' remains here and there. So if you guys want to look at any particular building, tell me the number that's listed if you can see it.
6.
That's the one you're in right now.
I'm standing in front of 4.
4? Okay. That just makes it easier for me. 4 right there is one of the most damaged buildings on this strip. The sign that once hung over the door lays on the ground beneath the rusted moorings. And you can still make out the name of the tavern, the Choking Carp. The windows are shattered and the door is smashed completely, so forcefully that the door frame itself has been broken and the wall around it broken apart. Inside, as you look through the doorway, you can see large skeletal remains, 3 of them, and about a dozen human remains as well. There's various makeshift weapons rotted and laying about broken on the ground, and all of the furniture is overturned, broken and scattered. The entire inside is gutted except for the door to the attached building on the left side of the room you enter, which is still closed and intact. Listener, where are you? Okay, I see where you are. Okay.
Yeah, for some reason, whenever I have the lighting models here update, it just freaks the hell out, and I can no longer pan the map around. I can only move my token. It's very strange.
You might need to refresh.
Yes. It only fixes it until I make the lighting update again.
Okay. Big picture. I will say that you, in particular, are the moment you crossed that bridge, you had an overwhelming sense of spiritual presence. They're all over the place here. Inside every building, you can just see movement, feel the energy.
So many.
All right. Sorsha, as you're passing 5.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm in front of 8.
Okay, you moving straight to 8. All right. The 8th building down there is once a stable, but instead of horses, there are the remains of 4 cows, skeletal and still tethered to the posts they were tied to. The backs lie scattered. In the backs, you can see scattered pieces all over the floor and a thin layer of hay that once covered the areas, all stained red from the death that must have happened here. Whatever creatures attacked this place probably found very easy prey with tethered cows.
What's 9 here?
Looks like a house. The door is shut. There's no visible windows. The damage is minimal to that structure.
Is there a way that I can enter that I see? Door? Anything?
There's a door. Yeah, the door is still intact.
I'm gonna try the door.
It's locked.
Window or anything that I can see?
The doors, excuse me, the windows, there's no visible windows.
It's like 10 and 7 here.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 7, once again, appears to be just a house. The building is not only in excellent state of repair, but also appears to have been maintained or even possibly rebuilt sometime after the destruction here.
Huh. I would like to try and enter.
All right. The door is locked.
Any windows I can see through? Like,
The windows are actually barricaded from the inside. What's that, Marikovic?
I didn't. Morikovic say nothing. It's just like.
If anybody else wants to check anything else too, like, speak up.
Yeah. I'd like to tell Genesis that this one appears to have been repaired since the destruction.
I will say, since you guys are down at that end now, here.
You could tell me about any of the buildings you want, Jason. I would have searched around while waiting for them.
Okay, it's all good. I will say, as you guys came into this area, that's kind of the scene around the well there that you see there. The appropriate color, too, for the phosphor stones.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Down at the other end of the village, I will examine the behavior of the spirits.
All right.
Looking into buildings around 1. It's hard for me to poke around and give you the numbers off of all of them just because my map stops working immediately.
Oh yeah, no
Which one are
worries.
you looking at? The one to the left?
One right here.
Yeah, that guy right there.
Okay.
Is
Yeah,
where I'm starting.
That's one. It's a once again a private home. The second floor has completely collapsed in on itself. There's little more than open air and rubble where the second floor would have been. The remaining single home there is wide open. Like, you can actually look through and see into it right now.
I do, and I look specifically to see how are the spirits inside behaving.
All right.
And
but I will say,
are they visibly spirits of the villagers and spirits perhaps of their attackers? Maybe some fell in combat.
yeah, you can see spirits inside. There's a huge hearth that you see, like a wide sleeping nook above it, like into the wall. If you've ever seen the old thatched cottage style buildings, there's still a mound of ash and a small cast iron cauldron hanging over the fire. There's 2 doors on either side of the room. The front, which opens up, which would have been the hearth area of the home. This is still a table and some chairs, and kind of broken. Various other things broken about there. The spirits in this house, you see them, they're kind of doing the repeat thing that you're normally used to seeing. Okay, Marikovic. They run into the sleeping nook upon entry and then disappear. There's also the spirit of a cow that relieves its death not long after. And then screams can be heard. And then the scene repeats. You don't see the attacker, obviously, just the spirits of the whatever died there.
Seems like a fairly standard set of deaths. Here, I peer into the sleeping nook to see, just to confirm if there are corpses laying there.
You peer in. Yeah, there's broken skeletal remains in there. Okay, yeah, that wouldn't mean anything to you. So, yeah.
Nothing in particular. Listener will probably make the rounds and examine this elsewhere, but if other people would like to do something in between the very monotonous listener behavior, please go ahead.
I would like to try and get into this building any way that I can.
7.
Can I use my background to assist her in getting into 7? Rustic hospitality.
What is it?
It says, since you come from the ranks of the common folk, you fit in among them with ease. You can find a place to hide, rest, or recuperate among other commoners unless you've shown yourself to be a danger. It will shield you from the law or anyone else searching for you, although they won't risk
They're a
their lives.
little dead.
Yeah, that would be
They're a
if they
little
were
bit
alive.
dead.
If they were
Well, you
alive.
said that the doors were barricaded from the inside in this place, so I was thinking maybe one person might still be alive in there.
Oh no, you don't hear anybody moving inside.
Okay.
But no,
So I wouldn't.
that's interesting. I was just tempted to consider it for a moment there.
So if I were to vibe check the area, it would just be blackness because of the dead people there.
But you can't see in. There's nothing. Yeah. The windows are barricaded. The door's locked. Now, can you pick a lock?
What skill is that? I mean, we have a elf rogue guy.
Oh, we have an elf. Oh, okay, you said elf first.
Yeah.
All elves steal and pick. You know.
All elves are dexterous and amazing. I worked with them before. You probably would have the skill set required and the dexterity required.
They all steal and kill people and make weapons from their bones.
No, dude, remember who this is coming from.
The one person who likes the elves.
I'm your friend, right? Like, I'm not saying that to be offensive. It's a compliment. You have a skill set that we need right now.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm all the way over here.
This is
what?
true. He is all the way across the lane there.
Yeah, I would say Van Warren would have the skills necessary to get the door open by force, but no, I'm not strong. My lungs are hurting. I just can't.
So, I guess, are you calling for Van Warren to come see?
I think I'll just, like, kind of amble over there in his general direction to try to find him.
Okay.
If he would help us to get this door open.
All right. So, ask him.
Hey,
Hi.
We found a building with the windows barricaded from the inside. We think that it might hold some valuable information. So Saoirse is trying to get the door open, but it's locked. So we were thinking maybe you could help us to pick the lock on the door. Just because you are so good at dexterity related things, you have the best hands out of all of us. Would you mind?
Huh.
Distant ha.
Well,
please.
As per arrangement made between our races, what do I get if I do this?
Well, let's make this a bit more fair for you. I have a couple things you could get for me right now. I have 5 gold. I have 2 daggers. I have a morning star. I have a tinderbox, and I have a torch. You can have either one of those offerings for compensation if you want it.
Are they just regular daggers? I mean, I can use daggers. That's nice.
Yes.
I throw them often, yeah. But
yes.
That was for Morikovic, don't worry.
Okay. Well, I suppose I could take the daggers. I do seem to fling them from my hands often. I'd like more. All
Fair
right.
enough.
I'll try my best.
Thank you. It's just over here.
All right. So, listener Sugnak, you guys overheard that. Do you want to go with them or?
I will go look.
Yeah, I'll go with. I'll keep some distance and like
Did I hear
keep
that
like an
all over here?
Overwatch guarded stance.
Yeah, noise carries remarkably well down here. So
is this a window?
that building, number
Is this what
5.
they're talking about? Which building did they talk about? This one?
Oh, over where you were.
Over here?
Over here.
And they're just trying to get in here?
No, into building 7. Over here.
Right. Okay,
Yeah.
is there a window?
The windows are barricaded from the inside, and the door is locked.
Can I see through like cracks or anything?
Mm-mm. That's very well barricaded. The weird thing about this building is it appears to have been either repaired or maintained after the fact.
Right, but if it's barricaded, what is it barricaded with? Wood?
Yes.
And there are no cracks between the wood.
Not enough to really get a good look at, no.
Oh no, I just need to see inside.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The planks are butted up. It's not like a loose barricade. It's somebody took their time.
I will do the roll.
What are you doing specifically?
Well, if I was given most of my stuff back, which I hope I was, I should have these wonderful tools that help me.
Are they
get
sharp and look
into
stabby?
Yes.
No.
Nah, they're little bits of metal.
All right. I would have given him anything that didn't look arcane or
They're locked.
Stabby.
weapons made of human body parts.
No, you're good there.
All right. Well, yeah, I have some thieves' tools.
All right, so you want to try and pick the lock?
Sure.
All right, let's see that roll.
Do you want me to use a specific attribute or just do a regular?
Just a regular thieves' tools.
Roll.
Thieves' tools roll.
All right. I'll just roll an proficiency since for some reason it's acted out.
Okay.
Whoops.
It's a 12.
It is.
Okay. Give me a dex save, please.
Ha!
Oh no.
Oof.
Hey, am I dead?
Oh no.
Oh no.
I take all of his stuff off his dead body.
You go picking the lock, and you kind of slip as you're trying to pick it, and you hit something that triggers a mechanism of spikes that launch up from the floor beneath you.
Oh no.
You try to get out of the way, but it catches you just enough off guard that it sticks you through your feet
Oh no.
for 4 points of damage.
Oh,
Okay, so I am in fact either dead or unconscious.
No, you're just unconscious, but
Must leave here. He's fine. He'll be okay.
the stick, they're still through your feet.
oh, I'll help him get off the spikes. Oh my goodness.
I just
No, it's
like the
okay.
idea
Leave him
that-
there. If Spike come up again, cannot hit because
No, I
him
help him get
again.
off the spikes. I help him get off the
jeez.
spikes down at the ground. And I figure out where Wilhelm is because we're constantly getting hurt.
Wilhelm's right
Wilhelm,
there.
where is-
Wilhelm's right there.
Oh, leave on Spike. So Spike come up again. We're fine.
So
Help.
here, Wilhelm
Help.
will assist. There you go. Wilhelm gets him off the spikes, tends to the wounds, stabilizes him. Ragdolls, yeah. That was
We might be burning those tears early.
He's pretty messed up. He's out unconscious,
He's okay. Can leave here. It's fine.
but he's stable. You're stable at 0 for right now. Or we'll say 1. You're stable at 1 hit point. Wilhelm's given you all the evils. Like, how can you let my patient get hurt again? Come on.
I am so sorry.
Sugnak, you're actually starting to wonder what headquarters is going to think about you letting your quarry die.
So
Think
I
about
walk over to
traps.
this
I'm
house,
so sorry.
this building. I grab some wood. I throw it over where those little spikes came up.
And the spikes stay up, so they won't
Yeah.
re-trigger or anything.
That's okay. Put wood on top of it so you can stand on it safely. And then I go get more wood and put it on top.
Okay. So yeah, you kind of set it on the wood there.
Okay, who's next to try? Anyone?
You can always try to force the door at this point.
I go up to the window
Okay.
and I take out a. What do I have on me? Let me look.
Crowbar, perhaps.
No. I pull out my scimitar
Okay.
and I use it to slowly try to create a hole between two pieces of wood that are butted together. Whether I have to scrape or push or whatever, just to get them to somewhat separate so I can barely see into the room.
Okay. Let's go with a strength check on this one. Just to maintain the blade steadily enough to get in there without... Oof.
Yep.
You're having a hard time finding enough purchase to get enough leverage to actually separate the beams.
What?
Scimitar's dexterity, but
Well, no, I mean you're having to force it between the planks and then lift it.
No, I'm not really trying to lift. I'm just trying to dig a hole so I can see through between the two. I'm not trying to actually make a hole to climb through.
No, that's what I mean. To get you imagine 2x4s.
Afterwards.
Yeah, you can try again, but imagine 2x4s butted together, like one on top of the other. You're trying to wedge your blade in between and then pry it up enough to see through.
No, not even that. I'm just using the edge to scrape at the wood too, so I can see through.
Oh, it's too thick to scrape.
It off.
You'd be picking at it for a while. It's like a 2x4.
I'll try again whenever you say it's time.
You can try again. Go ahead.
It's not happening.
Can I assist?
Yeah, go. I'll give you one more try. Assisted. We'll do full advantage on this one. There you go. All right, you managed to pry them apart enough to where you can just see in.
Okay, I'm gonna poof inside.
All right. So you're inside. Morikovic just goes poof in like a little flare of shadow and disappears. Inside is a single room. It takes up the entire edifice. There's a type of furnace or something on the far wall that appears to be filled with bones.
Okay.
And a small writing desk in the center of the room.
Okay. Do I see the door?
Yeah.
Does it appear to be barred or locked visibly from the side?
It's locked, but it has a latch. You could unlock it.
Okay, I go unlatch it and open it up.
All right, so the door is open. You guys all see it. Like I said, a single room with a furnace on the back wall and a writing desk that takes up the center of the room.
And then I walk out onto the wood carefully and back outside.
Okay.
Okay, door is open. Go ahead. Most dexterous man lay on ground.
All right.
Having hit midnight, shall we adjourn for next time?
It's up to you guys.
Yeah,
You want to call it here?
I think so.
Okay. Sounds good.
I want to see if Wilhelm will deploy those tears before
Yeah.
Van Warren gets put in any more danger.
I kind of wish he was here to see his people getting hurt.
Yep.
So
And of course, we've lost Master Miss on voice chat. That always happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, make sure when you see Wilhelm again that you scream and cry at him and rail against his decision not to be here with, "Why weren't you here when we needed you?" What kind of doctor abandons his party?
I mean, he nearly died just by virtue of not being here.
This is true.
I mean, I'll be quite honest, Jason. If that storm that's on the ocean right now was actually a hurricane, I probably wouldn't have been here tonight.
You're all good, man. I'm just giving him grief, and I certainly wouldn't fault someone for being here if a storm was blowing in on hurricane force.
Just saying.
It's all good. But yeah, we'll go ahead and call it here. And thank you for joining us if you did. Thank you for joining us if you didn't. We'll see you again soon.